In example one, we're going to use trigonometry to solve for the length of side A. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure we have a right triangle. And to do that, we're not going to draw a right angle in there because we don't know if that's 90 degrees. In fact, we know it's not 90 degrees if we look at our angles here and here. So the first thing we do is we draw down our perpendicular to split this up into two right triangles. So we have a right triangle over here and a right triangle on the other side. So once we've done that, we then can see that to get side A, I need to find some length of x here, and I need to find some length of y here. So this green line is going to have a length of y. And A is going to be equal to x plus y. So we're going to find x first. So to find x first, we're going to use our trig. We have 59 degrees, we have adjacent and hypotenuse. So ka toa. So ka is adjacent and hypotenuse, so that's cosine. So we're going to write the ratio x over 20 centimeters is going to be equal to the cosine of 59 degrees. Okay, and when we do that, we can solve for the x by cross multiplying. X is equal to 20 times whatever the cosine of 59 degrees is, and we need to use our calculator to work out the cosine of 59 degrees. Write that out a little bit nicer. Cosine of 59 degrees. So working that out, the length of x works out to be 10.30 centimeters. Okay, so that's going to be 10.30 centimeters. So once we have that, we can then work on the right-hand side. Now, we only have one measurement of 38 degrees in this side of the triangle. Okay, we need at least another side or angle to be able to work out that triangle. And to do that, we're going to find our height. Okay, I'm going to call that h. The height of that triangle then gives me one side, one angle, and then I can work out the other side using trig. So to find out the height, I'm going to do this. I'm going to use the left-hand triangle and say that the height divided by the hypotenuse of 20, that's opposite adjacent, so is sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Sorry, opposite over hypotenuse, not opposite over adjacent. Opposite over hypotenuse is so sine of 59 degrees. To solve for the height, we can again cross multiply this. So 20 times whatever the sine of 59 degrees is. I need my calculator for sine of 59. But when I work this all out, I get 20 times sine 59 gives me 17.14. Okay, so now I have this one side on the triangle, on the right-hand triangle, and I have the angle of 38 degrees, so now I can work out the length of y. So length of y, I'm going to use the height and the y. So it's the opposite and adjacent side. Okay, so I'm going to replace that opposite h with the length of it, which is 17.14, and that's going to be opposite adjacent is toa, so tan. It's going to be tan of 38 degrees. Again, I'm going to cross multiply this, and I end up with 17.14 over tan of 38 degrees, and that's going to be equal to the y. So to solve for y, I need to either, I can multiply both sides by y and then get rid of the tan by divide, or I can just cross multiply this and get it in this way. So the y ends up being equal to 21.94. So this is equal to 21.94. And that means that I can now find the length of A. A is going to be equal to the 10.3 that I had before, plus the y value, which was 21.94. Adding those together, I'm going to end up with 32.24. I'm just going to round that to 32.2 centimeters is my length A. So that ends up being the solution to that non-right triangle problem.